Unsolved Mysteries Rewind is a commercial-free podcast that focuses on cases featured on the television show Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack. Each episode features a single case and, if possible, updates and an expansion on the original story. Listener discretion is advised for listeners who are sensitive to true crime details.
Tonight, we have been confronted with an entire catalog of unexplained and unsolved events. Tune in next time as Unsolved Mysteries Rewind discusses another collection of unsolved mysteries. Until then, we can only look and wonder.
This is Mark, and you are listening to a crossover episode of the Crimes of Long Island podcast, and you are listening to Unsolved Mysteries Rewind. I have on today Lindsay. How are you doing, Lindsay?
I'm good, thank you. I'm very excited for this crossover episode, and I'm very excited for Crimes of Long Island.
It's a very questionable crossover, but nonetheless a crossover.
Yes.
But Crimes of Long Island podcast, if people want to check this out, we really focus on the area that we live in. Not just the area, but like Gilligan's Island where we live. And
oh my God, it is like Gilligan's Island because people never leave here.
You can't get off. Yeah.
You can't get off.
Yeah.
You always come back.
And the Harlem Globetrotters do come here every once in a while. So there's that.
True.
So the bottom line is today we're talking about the unfortunate murder of Suya Kim. This is going back to the early 90s. This is June 29th, 1991. And let's see. We get a lot of a backstory of this on Unsolved Mysteries. I'm sorry, what?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, do you know anything about Korean nomenclature? Like, is it a coincidence that it's Soo Young and Soo Ya, or is that how they...
I think it's... I've worked with a lot of Korean people. Okay. And there are certain names that are just, they come up so often. And that's Park, last name of Park, Young, Cindy. And these are pretty common and everything. I think Sue is just, it's almost like a nickname, at least in the experiences I've had with Koreans. If you're Korean and you know a little bit more about these things, I would imagine you would. Let us know. We're not trying to be, funny about it. We just don't fully understand the culture. And I think it's kind of cute, too.
I laughed when you said you imagined that Koreans would understand more about this. That was my laugh.
Well, you know what? We live in a culture that people don't know about their own heritage sometimes. So that's all I mean.
That's true.
We get a little bit of a history of Soo Young and Soo Ya, which is a very cute couple name. I mean, whether or not it's a normal thing, whether or not it's common, it's a cute thing. And I think. Right? In 1981, they were married. We get a big backstory about them. They came to America. They got married in South Korea, but they came to America to kind of have that American dream happen. And they were working in flea markets. They're kind of hustling, they're really just trying to do everything they can to a wonderful life. They opened a store here on Long Island, but they also opened one in Bushwick, which is a kind of a tough area. It says it's a section of Brooklyn, but I always thought it was Queens.
No, it's Brooklyn. You know what? I'm going to go with you on this one since I'm
New York.
I'm a transplant. So.
It's definitely Bushwick, New York. And you know what? I don't know the difference between Queens and Brooklyn. Like, I really don't. If I didn't have a GPS in my car, I would not know where I'm going.
I got lost getting to the middle school the other day.
That's not the middle school. That's a 7-Eleven.
I literally couldn't figure out how to get gas and then go to the middle school. And my kid was like, I'll talk you through it.
The daughter, though, right? No.
No, shockingly,
no, I know, I'm
the boy. So, yeah.
Well, she would be driving.
Yes, oh, my God, that girl is...
Move over, Mom. So, all right. So, with Soo Young, the whole bottom line is... I keep saying bottom line. I have to get rid of the bottom... Yeah, Suya.
Sorry.
So Suya went missing on June 29th. She left her kids with her mother, I believe. They had an apartment. Things were kind of doing okay with them. They were, I use the word hustling because I think of it as, they were really just kind of probably working tremendous amount of time, 7 days a week type of situation. But they had kids and they were kind of upgrading their lives. And their mother, Suya's mother, I think it was her mother, was watching the kids and she went out. I don't know where she was going exactly. Do you?
She was going shopping. She was going to I believe it was specifically the food store.
Oh, okay.
And I know this because in my, new venue, my new hangout of Reddit, there were a bunch of people, I'm gonna guess they were men, who were like, well, women never go shopping alone. And I was like,
what?
Yeah, it was weird, but whatever, fine. But I don't like women all that much, so maybe that's me. But, I'm certainly not going to go with someone else to the grocery store. But I think it was supposed to be like, can you watch the kids so I can go to the grocery store and maybe have a moment to myself? Because, like, when you say hustle, I kind of think about what you and I do, where we have, like, day jobs, night jobs, hobbies, like, all these things. And so I feel like it was just both time.
Like I just want to grab some like bread and go feed the ducks sometimes.
Please don't talk to me about ducks. They keep coming into my pool.
Quack.
It's not funny anymore. I'm mad.
Get the shotgun out.
Yeah, that's a good point. But Hunter spoke to the ducks for 20 minutes this morning.
As the LA Herald pulls up, it's like, we hear you're killing ducks.
Yeah.
To get off my property.
So she drops them off. She is supposed to be back shortly. This is just 5 days after Soo Young and Soo Ya had celebrated their 10th wedding anniversary. And by 8 p.m., she had not come home.
Yeah, and he was really nervous. He's saying that in the 10 years that they've been married, she's never, ever done anything like this. I think we do know our spouse's trends. It seems a little bit, when he says that, it's kind of like, well, maybe, did you guys ever fight? That type of thing. But I don't know. He really did seem crushed in the discussion on Unsolved Mysteries. It's, I don't know, this years later, and he's still mourning her.
Of course.
Yeah. Because what we learn is that her body is discovered at about 3 a.m., between 3 and 4 a.m., and she's naked, she's dead, she's been stabbed to death, and she's about 7 miles away in the middle of Brooklyn. I hate to say that's it. There's nothing else to go on here. We get a partial plate.
I have so much to go on.
All right. Well, we get to discuss. Do you want to discuss who found them? The body and all of that?
I really do.
Okay.
I really do. This poor guy, Joe Jones, whose name totally sounds fake.
By the way, when I say that's it, what I mean by that is...
That's not it. Yeah.
But it really, nothing ever happened. Like, we never got a person. We never... The case ends right here.
Yeah.
It might look kind of weird. It might be fun to talk about the guy's, like, gold ring and all this kind of stuff on Unsolved Mysteries, but... nobody got caught. There's no evidence to trace this to anyone.
And I wonder what would happen if the police were to reopen the case now, because in during the course of that year, there were over 21,000 murders committed in New York. I assume it's like the city and the city, including Queens and Brooklyn. So the boroughs, whatever.
This is when I was hanging more in New York and tougher areas, and it was pretty bad. That's why I was there.
That averages 5 or 6 a day, and so I and this being a bad neighborhood where it was found, I sort of don't know how much overworked, up to their ears in deaths. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it's like they're completely. Even with a full staff, you're understaffed with those kind of numbers.
100%. So I think that's a big part of it. And also remember, DNA was sort of primitive.
Yeah, this is 30 years ago.
We're old.
I'm only as old as I feel, and I feel really old.
I feel really old.
I feel really old.
Yeah, I do want to discuss this because it's a weird story. There's a security guard named Joe Jones.
Joey Jones.
Joe Jones or Jonas?
Yeah. No, I said Joey Jones. It's...
Oh. It's a funny?
I don't know. It's a nickname for him. I would call him Joey.
I still want to call him Jonas, like he's a Jonas brother. So it's fine. I'm having problems with it also, but it sounds like a fake name. Mm-hmm. But he's a private security guard for a building. He's on patrol. He's not patrolling anything. And he spotted a man behind the building around 3 a.m. illegally dumping trash. He was the most interesting, not interesting, but the most like IMDb interesting part of this story is that Joe Jones was played by the guy from Lost, Daniel Dae Kim.
Well, no. Daniel Dae Kim is a Korean guy. He's not Joe Jones.
Oh. Daniel Dae Kim plays Soo Young.
No, it's weird. I don't know who he plays because he's next to the reenactor of Soo Young. Well,
he's in this. Oh, I know who he plays. He plays the friend that helps.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know. I couldn't really put my finger as to why. He also is on the reboot of Hawaii Five-0.
Interesting. Oh, yes, he is. I do remember that.
And he's a really cool actor. Yeah. He's a really good actor.
Yeah, and he's hot, and I like him. So, so he's in this, but I messed that one up.
Oh, that's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah, so Joe Jones, who is not played by Daniel Dae Kim, finds this guy, putting trash in a dumpster. Well,
he basically says, you can't do that. You can't, whatever you're doing, you can't be doing it. And the guy who's dumping turns to him and says, hey, why don't I just give you $20? We'll call it a day. It's...
I'm sorry, but there's nothing funny about this murder and the fact that it remains unsolved, but this may be like a man-woman thing. But it would never occur to me to offer to bribe the security guard. Show a little boob, act feminine and pathetic, yes. But bribe, no.
Show a little boob as you're like 3 feet away from a dead body in a dumpster. I don't know. Maybe choose a different method. Maybe take the 20 out.
I got a lot of boobs, but
it's a lot of blood too. But
also he's moving a dead person. Like I wanted to find another term other than dead weight.
Mm-hmm. No, that's the best thing you can do. It's literally like we've all picked up like a sack of soil or something, and that's like 40 pounds. This is nearly let's just say 2 to 3 times that.
But it's like it's more like it's like picking up like 110-pound comatose,
and it's
puppy.
Moving around. It's a terrible visual, right? Because and on top of it, he's doing this while she's completely naked.
Oh right, why does Joe Jones not notice that? Like, how does there not? I know it's dark, but how does it? Like, wouldn't you notice if something had an arm?
Yeah, but he had already. I think he already dumped her in the dumpster and covered her with stuff.
Okay.
But he also had blood on him. We don't understand a number of things here. One, she was not sexually assaulted, from what we can tell. She was naked. Is it possible there was going to be a sexual assault? She fought.
Probably not.
No, but she fought. It's a hypothesis, but
okay.
She would fight. He's like, it gets a little crazy. He accidentally kills her, and he's like, I'm going to keep stabbing her, I guess. How many times was she stabbed to death?
9.
Jeez.
We'll circle back around to that. But this guy is described as a blonde white male, mid-20s. He wore glasses and was dressed in a fishnet tank top and jogging shorts.
Right. It's like the guy who works at a tennis court or something.
It's like Richard Simmons, I think.
That's a good point. Is Richard Simmons still with us? I think he is. Right? There was a podcast about him that was really, really good because nobody could reach out to Richard Simmons.
Huh.
Then he reached out to everyone. He's like, I'm fine.
That's really funny.
On my treadmill eating donuts. I don't know. With those shorts. All right. And again, we're laughing because it's a terrible, crazy story. I feel so bad for this woman who is now murdered leaving 2 children behind with a husband who actually loves her.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. No, I think he does. I do. I think he does.
Can it be that the husband did it? I mean, or involved.
So.
Me either, but.
Yeah. So Joe, he accepts the 20 and then he's like, oh, wait, you've got blood on you. And the tank top is torn. He asks, how'd you get the blood on you? And the man's explanation is, I was in a fight, which apparently is like totally like, oh, sure. You're wearing a fishnet tank top. You were in a fight. You must have been coming from a jog / fight. I don't know.
He gets a partial plate from this guy. The reenactment was weird, and the way it's described is weird. The man, he takes $20. He's not shy about admitting that.
Yeah.
He gets in the car, gets into a blue Nissan, I think it is, and the dyslexic security guard gets the plate partially, and it tracks back to a Vietnamese student, I forget what, or Taiwanese student at CW Post here on Long Island.
Which is where I got my doctorate, by the way.
Oh, it's a wonderful school.
It's mediocre, but okay.
This episode is brought to you by CW Post. It's not, but...
We don't believe in advertisements, but we do believe in fake advertisements.
But we can be bought, so...
Oh, yeah, we could totally be bought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it traced to her. She said, I've not even used my car since last night at 10. She's an exchange student. I wonder if, it became like a red flag that she's Asian.
I think so, but I think so. But the other side of it, or the other part of that is, so he got a partial plate, not a whole plate.
Yeah.
And the way we search, certainly the way they searched back then, the way they search now, is they were looking for a blue Hyundai, whatever, that blue H car, using certain
Nissan,
parameters, including the numbers that Joe remembered.
Right, and this one flagged up and was like, all right, this one matches the color, the type, and the partial plate. And
3 of the letters, although not in order or something like that.
I thought that it's possible that the security guard might have been involved, but I've changed my mind on that. I think that the guy was just at work and this happened.
I agree, especially because he, his friend stops by, played by Daniel Day.
No. Oh, no. I thought you meant the security guard's friend.
Yeah.
No, the friend of Soo Young. You got to watch the reenactment again.
All right, I'll watch it again. But so some guy comes by. He's friends with Joe. It's like 3 a.m. He's obviously coming to something. And so Joe's like, this weird thing just happened. There's a lot of blood and a guy, and he was sketchy. Will you come with me to check the dumpster?
It's only 3:30 in the morning.
Right. And I had questions for you. Mark, who would you want to walk by in this situation? Because I would need someone super grounding, since my head would absolutely explode.
I'll always take a look in the dumpster. I have no qualms of this. Now, I'll be the first one to admit it. 3:30 in the morning, my shady friend who has a security guard job for once is asking me to look in a dumpster, and there's blood splatter. It's an exciting moment.
It is an exciting moment, but you might have been there to buy some drugs or something. I don't know.
Or sell drugs. This was it's still a kind of a tough area, but it's become a lot better. And for instance, just 3 or 4 years ago, Betsy has a friend whose husband is in the NYPD who is doing a drug bust there. And he was shot and almost killed during a drug bust. Yeah. So it gives you the idea. And this is just a few years ago. It was 4 years ago. But he's okay now. He's retired and everything. And has 80 kids. But it's just that'll give you the idea of how Bushwick has come a far way from 1991, but it's still a pretty tough area.
Right. So we agree there was a drug deal going to happen, and possibly. I have no judgments, because it was probably something. It was probably weed. I don't know. What you're not looking for something. 1991.
It's crack, right? I mean, crack is
really
crack's whack.
Crack is whack. And so they opened the dumpster and they found her naked, not raped, 9 stab wounds, as we said.
Magically, an ambulance just happens to be driving by.
I mean, that's weird. But it was a bad neighborhood, as you said, so maybe they just circled
Patrol,
around.
yeah. And they flag them down, they bring the, and they did the right thing, I think. And I still don't think that they had anything to do with
I don't either.
We never get a name of the friend. It's not Daniel Day-Lewis. Or Daniel Day-Lewis.
Sorry. Daniel Day Kim.
I know, I'm kidding. I'm joking. It's Daniel Day-Lewis. From My Left Foot.
Right, exactly. I am still... Also, there's no information to be had about where she was stabbed. Okay, stabbing victims die of shock, blood loss, or loss of functioning of an essential organ. Thank you, Wikipedia. But where was she stabbed? And it sort of matters because sometimes stabbing can be sexual in nature and sometimes not. And I would imagine that the location is part of what contributes.
Well, yeah, is there throat slit or is it like a stab in the chest?
Right.
It's a big difference. Yeah.
Right. And so then, yes, as we said, the guy's name is Detective Parker. He goes to my alma mater, CW Post. He finds this Taiwanese exchange student, which I also think is interesting.
I think it's coincidental. I think it was just 100% wrong. They were wrong.
I think they were 100% wrong, too. I just think it's interesting that it happened to... She had nothing to do with it. Her car was not used because there would have been blood somewhere.
They checked the whole car inside and out. They felt the engine and it had not been used. I mean, if you start your car for 2 minutes, it stays hot. You'd be able to determine that it was started within the past few hours.
True. It was also June, so I feel like feeling at the top of a hood is meh. I don't know. I know you said that usually police investigators test the temperature of the oil since it would retain any amount of heat.
I don't know about 1991. I don't know if they're doing
and that's more science than my small brain can handle. But I do I think they probably were just well, let's see. Nope, hasn't been driven for hours. Well, it's 10 a.m. now. She was found at 3 a.m.
Yeah, but I just think it's a good point. I mean, but I just don't think. I think there would be some amount of evidence. A naked body being brought out of a car.
100%.
It would be some DNA, something. I don't know what, but this again, as you mentioned, this is early on with DNA. We don't because
I don't know if we had luminol back then.
A lot of people are like, well, why didn't they take fingerprints from the $20 bill? And it's well, stupid, because the $20 bill is handled by 1 billion people.
Yes, that's a good point.
Why didn't you take fingerprints off the garbage can? It's are we still talking about the fingerprints?
That's a very good point. It didn't occur to me. But
nowadays we have touch DNA, and I know we talked a little bit about this in a previous episode, and touch DNA is like magic. But it's just I hand you a piece of paper, you are able to take that paper and get skin cells from it, of mine. It's crazy the stuff they can do now. And
that's amazing.
It just didn't exist 30 years ago when we were young.
Younger.
When we were getting away with things.
Jones passes a lie detector test, to which I wrote in the notes, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time. It's there's another case of horrendous crime where the report was misinterpreted. And so they were oh no, he's clear. Oh no, he's not. And so years were wasted before they went back and realized that their initial suspect was in fact the murderer. So we still don't think he did it, but I still don't like lie detector tests.
They're nonsense. It's just it's a complete waste of time. There's no doubt about it.
No, it's like the Salem witch trials when, you put you tie their arms and legs and put them in a bag and throw them into the river. And if they drowned, they're not a witch.
Well, it's true, though. If
right,
they
but
drown,
if they
they're not a
drown,
witch.
They're a witch, and you have to kill them.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole, stabbing a vampire in the chest with a wooden spike. It's gonna kill you if it kills you.
Kill you no matter what.
Yeah.
So I did some research into forensic psychology because with like no information, I was trying to find something. I was I came across this chart by Ronald Holmes and Stephen Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And they wrote Profiling Violent Crimes, and they were classifying different types of offenders. Organized non-social killer, the body is moved, the weapon was taken. Aggressive acts, I gave aggressive acts because of the 9 stab wounds. And little evidence, which, I don't know. Again, we've already said there are other things that contributed to the little evidence. But that was my best attempt at criminal profiling, which I should probably never attempt again.
Well, I think you did a good job. And I think this was sadly a random attack.
I don't even know. I almost don't even want to talk about the whole Lisk Joe Rifkin thing because I feel like that's just like attention seeking on Reddit.
It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I mean, I grabbed the picture of them and, yeah, I guess if you squint, it could be him. It's not him. It's somebody completely different. Joel Rifkin, of course, will be a subject of a future episode of Crimes of Long Island podcast.
It'll probably have to be like 3 episodes, but yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because I went down this rabbit hole recently, and it's kind of a fascinating thing, and the house just sold a little while ago, and it's still, like, there. Like, when I say it's still there, I know with the Katie Beers thing, we were talking about the house still being there. I don't know. It's literally in our backyard, right?
Yeah. We
can get there in less than 10 minutes, and you go there. We drove past it just last weekend.
You did?
Of course I did. I do a number of things, and Joel was walking right out. No,
yeah.
That's what Betsy and I do. Like Rami will say, like, I'm going to go and hang out with a friend, and we're like, hey, why don't we drive past places where terrible things happen? We did in Gibson.
I think this is rubbing off on you.
Well, we've always done this.
Oh, okay. Because my daughter and I were out waiting for the bus to come, and there was a car parked in front of our house, and like it was a man and then a surly looking teenager.
Was it me? No, I'm kidding.
No. And so I made her go back and get the license plate.
No, that's I think that what you're doing is the thing that you have to do.
I don't know. I wouldn't have thought of this before we started doing these podcasts, but yes, apparently now I'm crazier.
I'm the same way. Like, I'm up very late, and I'll see somebody, like, kind of pull up on the side of my house, and I'm like, I'm like, so I call my dogs to go outside, and they'll bark at anybody who's parked there.
Your dogs are, like, the size of my hand.
Yeah, but they bark. It's like, if it's late and everything, they're barking and growling and everything. They're making, like, some amount of ruckus.
Gotcha. I call my ducks. I'm like, get out there, ducks.
Quack. You should name them.
So ultimately, I am sad. I sort of want someone to petition somewhere to open up this case to see if there was any DNA, to see if there was any, because I think that Sue Young and the kids really, I hate the word closure in general. And certainly when someone you love is brutally murdered, I don't think you'll ever get closure, but like, justice, I don't know what to call it.
Well, an answer, maybe even just a simple solution to the problem. Soo Young will take his children and go back to Korea. Hopefully he's, able to heal a little bit with this and move on a little bit. But how do you ever really go on? I don't think he ever
remarried.
Yeah, I really, really felt horribly for him. And I don't know if he's still around, but I hope, his kids are, at least helping him move forward and, try to do better. Do better? What does that mean?
Do better? No, I just hope I doubt that they got therapy, but I hope that like the reconnection to family in Korea somehow helped them heal.
Yeah, me too. But, so we are going to be talking about a number of things on Crimes of Long Island And you can subscribe to this podcast in iTunes. I mean, not iTunes. It doesn't exist anymore. It's now Apple Podcasts.
Oh.
Or Spotify or Stitcher or anywhere where you get your podcasts. And yeah, just look for Crimes of Long Island podcast.
Yeah, like, rate, subscribe, review, whatever my son says on his YouTube channel of 8 people. So
just don't smash that like button.
Don't?
No, I don't think there is a like button. Thank God. I don't want a like button.
Okay.
I don't like being rated. I don't like I don't like the tallies. You know, it's like bloop.
I'm kind of a whore for attention and like positive feedback, so.
Well, you're calling yourself a whore, you're whipping out your boobs. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on here, people.
I'm hiding a dead body. My boobs will sacrifice.
It is 3 a.m. and we do have to just mention one last thing is that the security guard had one of those old school 3-finger rings on.
Right.
And I could not figure out what it said. It was really bothering me.
Huh. I could not either. I didn't see it say anything, but I'm blind, so.
He was happy to be on camera, though. They should have used him in the reenactment. He was really, really excited to be there.
Yeah, he was. It's kind of his like moment of that's the story he gets to tell at every dinner party ever.
I would.
I would too.
It's a good one. Come on, it's a good one. Maybe we can find him, bring him on the show.
Except that his name is Joe Jones.
Yeah. Are you the Joe Jones? Yes.
I literally didn't even bother. Usually I'll like try to Facebook find them. I was like, nope, no way.
You got to find, well, you never know. It probably is.
Joe Jones, if you're out there, please reach out to us.
Yeah, Joe Jones, reach out to us.
Tonight we have been confronted with an entire catalog of unexplained and unsolved events. Tune in next time as Unsolved Mysteries Rewind discusses another collection of unsolved mysteries. Until then, we can only look and wonder.